Yeah. Well, that's it. That's it. It's to get where they were. Like, we can't complain, but it's to go from getting Champions League, like to going through the knockout stages, to then Europa League, to then not getting anything at all. It was just like a kick in the teeth.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I mean, that game should have been a much higher scoring game as well.
Well, I thought 2-0 Newcastle and me, but we were, to be honest, we were the better team, but it was weird. They sort of had the better chances, like they hit the post.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of them, isn't it? Well, and what it is, I can't even go back to the PSG moment, the penalty last game we played them, and blame that for not going through, because really we should have won today. It was in our own hands today.
Well, that's it. I mean, it may have changed things had we got the 3 points against PSG.
Yeah.
Mentality-wise, sort of thing, but like I say, you know, we've showcased what we can do in Europe.
Yeah.
In a tough group, toughest group of the Champions League.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, you know, we were scraping the, you know, the last 16 there, so
yeah,
we could touch them. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Like I say, I would have, like yesterday I said, you know, Europe, I would have liked to have finished third in the group and still got some form of European football.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But it's, like you say, it is what it is. It wasn't meant to be like the cup final.
Not this season.
Clearly it wasn't meant to be, but that should show everybody you know, giving a little bit more time, a little bit more investment into the squad, and a little bit of luck without having so many injuries, and you know, I reckon we can smash the group next time.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, we live to fight another day. So good morning, everyone. Who else is on? Good morning, Jace, Paul, Martin, Mikey G. Welcome. And then obviously we're on YouTube as well. So let's do a top down and let's get started there. I had a nightmare this morning because my OBS, I hate technology, my OBS, all the overlays and everything, it bloody disappeared. They said the files were missing, so I've had to panic, get everything on. So there might be things not working, that whatever, but as long as we're sort of live on YouTube and you can still see me and the charts, that's all you need to see really, isn't it? So we'll go from there. Oh mate, James on YouTube just said that save from Milan keeper from Bruno. My God, what a save that was! That was honestly, that was one of the best saves I've seen because his vision was obstructed. He had like three players in front of him, didn't he? To tip it onto the bar. Wow, I couldn't stand that keeper though. But anyway, yeah, you're right, James. Yeah. Right, guys, let's get into a top down then because we've had an hour bearish close, and I want to see how this is closed. So I've got my latte. Get yourself a brew. Oh, look at the monthly now. Oh my God. That's because of news yesterday. Wow. Okay. Right, guys. So, top-down analysis. Now, the previous month, the way we do a top-down analysis, we always look at the previous candle. Forget the one we're on at the moment, for now. First thing you do, look at the previous candle and go, okay, is it bullish or bearish? Bullish. Okay, next question. Has it broke above any ranges or is it closed respecting any ranges? Well, we know the monthly has closed above 1991. So therefore we should be going to the next range. Now here's the issue. Where's the next range? We don't know because we're hitting an all-time high. So we don't know where price is going. Okay. So, but normally you would say, okay, where's the next range? You would then mark up the next range and you know you're heading to that next range. Right? That's the general gist of it on all time frames, what you would do. You then look at this candle and go, okay, what's this candle done now? Right? Now we're going into the second half of this candle now. We've got 16 days left of the monthly candle. Now the monthly candle opened up and pushed up first and then flipped to the downside. And what we were saying, if you watch back the streams from maybe last week, I was saying the monthly should come back down to tap previous support because that's what tends to happen. Now, look what it's done. It came down, it's tapped previous support, and now it's rejected. Remember what I was saying yesterday on stream? We're down there, but the monthly could do anything at the minute. It could reject from here, or can push through and close. But currently, it's in an area where it could start rejecting from. I know, obviously, this was news what's pushed it up, but still, we've still rejected from this area. So, now, very, very tricky on the monthly, because you've got 16 days. 16 days left, and this monthly can do anything. Is it going to go up, close bullish? Is it going to come back down, close bearish? Is it going to close doji and we're going to consolidate for 16 days? We don't have a clue. We don't have a clue. We've got to be very careful on lower time frames as well now. Now here's the issue when you go on all-time highs. We use previous data, but the only previous data now we've got is this. Everything what's in line with price basically. That's all we've got to use. Now, I'm really hoping that the monthly can close back into the range like that. Because if we close back into the range like that, where's the next range on the monthly? Well, the next range is here at 1844. So then what should happen is the new monthly should open up, create a top wick for us, and then flip to come and fill the range. Now, what's quite exciting as well, if we do get this closure, is when we pulled up here, this didn't break this high, okay, and that's why we didn't break this low. Okay, we came to test it, but we didn't break the low. So I do believe in order to get past 1851, you had to break these highs, and what has price done? It's now broke them highs. So for me, there's enough liquidity there now to actually push past these levels. So if we do get that monthly close here to the downside, then we could be in for a decent ride all the way back down. Okay, but at the minute the monthly can do anything, so we're gonna have to be careful on the lower time frames. Okay, weekly. So what's the weekly done? The weekly actually closed back to the downside. So closed below. Now remember the other day when I was saying the weekly hasn't got much of a top wick though. Now it didn't really need much of a top wick because all I had to do was tap previous support. I believed it did tap previous support and then push down. But if you look now, it's now flipped to the upside. And then we've got to say to ourselves, okay, what day is it? It is Thursday. So there's only 2 days left of this week. So is this weekly going to close bullish or is it going to close doji? We don't know. Again, we don't know. So again, we've got to be careful. Where can this weekly push to? Well, if you're looking left, there's wicks up to these areas. So the weekly can push up to these areas, which you're sort of nearly there, but I'd be very careful taking sort of buys up to there. You'd have to look on the lower time frame to see what's going on. So that's the weekly. Now, the weekly, we're currently in this range. We're currently in this range, so therefore where should we be coming? We should be coming back down. But the only thing what's telling me what we might not do that is because there's only 2 days left of the weekly and we've already formed a bottom wick and then we've pushed up. See, what you want is when you break... Oi, get down. Get down. When you break into a zone, you want the candle to pull back first and then flip to the downside. What's happened here is the weekly has pushed down first and then flipped to the upside. So it means it's got more chance that it's going to end up bullish. But where, we don't know. So again, we are in this range, so we should be coming down to fill the range, but we've just got to understand that we've already had a bottom wick, so we might not come back down there. So again, tricky for us. News is sort of flung everything off at the minute. Look at that big pushing candle. Ooh, daily. Look at that daily. No top wick. Okay, so daily. What's the daily doing? So, heavily bullish, but we do know that this was news from yesterday. You've closed with no top wick, and what tends to happen is when you get a candle with no top wick, the next one tends to push up first, which we're doing, and then close bearish. That's what tends to happen. So if we can say, okay, what tends to happen is this candle is going to push up first and then close bearish. Are we not interested in sell? So we've pushed up, close bearish like so. Probably doji and then start coming back down again, because currently this daily is still closed respecting. So therefore this daily is still in this range. So now we've got 2 higher time frame candles. We've got the weekly still in its lower range, and we've now got the daily filled the range but closed respecting. So currently still in this range, nowhere else to go apart from down. So therefore, where should price go? Price should come back down to 1978. So that's what we should be looking at. Okay. Now, that's the daily. There is a potential swing trade here, because if price wants to push and break these highs, I do believe you're going to have to come and create a bottom wick. So could you not just take a sell stop below this daily to come back down to 2009? You're probably going to come back to tap 2009 before driving back to the upside. Okay, we'll keep that in mind, right? That's a potential. I want to mark this up purple because this is quite a... I don't want to be taking any buys above here at the minute. There is an area here though for potential wingbacks. So we'll mark that off. That's the daily range we're in. So this is the daily target also, back down to here. This is an another target there. Okay, my purples are sort of my daily targets. Okay, so 4 hour, let's have a look at this 4 hour. So the 4 hour, previous 4 hour, was it done? Closed bullish. Where's it closed at? Okay, for me, it's closed. And if you struggle identifying these zones, just get the relentless indicator up, trending structure. It'll identify them for you. H1, H4. So in and around this area. And it'll just aid you. I prefer, yeah, there's another one there, to be fair, that one there. But either way, both of them have closed respected. So the 4, now the issue you've got here is the 4 hours opened up, pulled down first, broke the low, so now there's room for this to push higher. However, tricky taking buys above here, because at any point the daily could just pull back. So I would probably say we're sort of bearish today. We need to be looking at sells. So that's what we're looking at. So 3 hour, 2 hour, how can we get sells then? So that's how you do your top down. Do your top down, and then you'll work out, okay, what you're looking for. I'm looking for sells, because you're telling a story all the way from the monthly down to the likes of the 1 hours, and then obviously the lower time frames from there. So this purple, we know this is the daily flip. Let's put that green. So we know this is a daily flip, so I want to keep this marked up. Now how can I get sells here now? We know the daily can flip to the downside at any point. We've had a high. We've closed respecting the H1. We're creating a top wick now. Is this hour going to flip to the downside? Now, I do believe could we not just take a sell stop off the hour? 30 minute, what's a 30 done? Or 15 even. 15. Because if this 15 is going to flip, 30 closes in 15 minutes. So is this just creating a top wick for this to flip to the downside? Hour close bearish. But where did the hour close? The hour closed respecting. So if this hour it broke to the downside and closed below here, there's a minor support here. Well, I say minor, it's not really minor. If this hour had broke to the low and then the pullback, would probably be getting in now for a wing back down. Because we closed respecting, this hour can do anything. It can come back to fill the range and close respecting here. I think if anything, we will wait for, we've had a 15-minute close. You're going to have to break the lows, aren't you? You've had 1, 2, 3 candles closing respecting this area. Going back here. I'm just marking up some areas where price can potentially reject from. So we've already been up there. So what do we want to see? 5 minutes going to be breaking out. 15. Has this 15 close respecting? So we want to see price close and respecting areas. If this 15 can close doji and we get a top wick, tap 2038. We look to take wing back from 2038. That's if. It might come from here though, so I was debating whether to just get a sell stop underneath the 15 to come back down, but I think I'm going to wait for a 15-minute close. Yeah, so we'll wait for a 15-minute close. If the 15 closes doji or bearish, the new 15 opens up, breaks the highs, taps 2038, we'll take a sell from there, back down, and then hopefully that'll be the hour flipping to the downside or closing doji. Or do we wait for this hour? That's the question. The 30, where did the 30 close? So the 30 is actually closed. Nest play. So is this 30 going to flip? And if it does, can we not just take sell stops below coming down? 15. There's 10 minutes left of this 30. When you get a close below there, what happens to price? Push up, you tap. 2038. Are we going to tap that again? That's the question. Okay. So 30 is closed respected. The hour is closed. That's the thing, the hour closed respecting. We needed that break on the hour to the downside. What did the 4? The 4's heavily bullish and the 4's flipped now. So we can't really take this 4. Or can we? Because did this 4 close respecting? Well, it did, didn't it? But I don't like how it's done its top bottom wick already. I think we're best off. We're going to have to wait for this 30, guys. Wait for this 30 to close in 9 minutes. That's also the 15. Now, we could come up to tap this area at 2038. You tend to reject from this area and come back down. But I'm just worried because the 4 hour zone, it's not quite closed at support. Right? But there is a support here. But the 4 hours created a bottom wick, so this 4 hour could just carry on pushing to break all the highs now. Doesn't need to pull back. And that's what I'm mindful of. If we take an entry here, you might not pull back to tap. You might just carry on, push straight through and break all these highs. So I think we're going to have to wait for either a 30. Yeah, it's going to be the 30s, the next closed. So we'll wait for 30. And what we want to see is, we want to see the 30 close respecting these areas. If we can get a 30 close and respecting, ideally we want to pull back and close respecting 2035. That would be better. If it doesn't close respecting, we might have to wait for the hour to close. And if the hour closes above 2038, we can wait for a steep bottom wick. We need a steep bottom wick though, which you might not get, but we could push the next zone. For buys coming up, even though I don't really like buys coming up, but that is the next zone. It's quite a clean zone as well. Because that means you must be coming at 2047 next. Let's see how this 30 closes. We'll see how this 30 closes. Sharif Ali, I'm from the northeast of England, mate. From the northeast, a very posh area in the northeast. What are you laughing at, you? What's up? Wanna come say hi? On YouTube, quick. Come say hi, quick. Quick. Say hi. You're going to school now?
Wait, where's my hand?
You are here, look. Woohoo! Right, go on then. Have a good day. Catch you later, mate. I mean, no bottom wick on this 15, so I was debating whether to just get a sell stop underneath this 15 for this 15, because you close respecting on the 15, you're still respecting this little area here, right? So is this 15, there's 5 minutes left, push up, then is this 15 going to flip to the downside? Because I do believe you're going to need a steeper bottom wick, I would think, if you're going to drive. But let me just make sure that this 15, that's not really a 15 area, is it? That's why. It's not the best of 15 areas, so it doesn't need to really come back down. Do you know what, we were moving, love, price was coming down and down and down. It was perfect because I don't like these all-time highs. And then obviously with news yesterday, no chance, get yourself back up there. Five minutes for 30 close. I hope he's like Christmas songs as well. It's good to see Paul Mayo on this morning.
Loading.
Shouldn't you be working?
No comment.
Are you all sorted for Christmas, Paul?
No, we need to start the Christmas shopping.
What? Oh, are you one of these lastminute.com Amazon deliveries the saviour type? Yeah. I love Amazon. Best thing ever invented for men at Christmas. You know, just order everything on Amazon. Done.
Yeah. Next day.
Ask the missus to wrap her presents for you.
I think that might be pushing it one step too far.
Yeah. I tell you what. Did you catch anything yesterday? People caught loads yesterday.
Yeah, I think something after work. AD cab, but not on gold.
Yeah. I caught after news. I caught a trade as well. Was he on this pullback? Up 2010. But yeah, some nice trades yesterday. Like, look, we were coming down nicely. And this is the thing now, right? This is the thing. So, this area here, because you remember the monthly, take yourself back to the monthly. This area is basically this on the monthly. Now, try to imagine the monthly candle. It's currently doji in it like that. So this candle could literally do this for the rest of the month if it wanted to. I don't think it will do, but it could do, because this candle, I can probably see it closing doji, and then the next one, then the next monthly opens up top wick if we don't break the highs, and then start coming down to fill the wick, and that's where you'll see like these big pushes like this coming down. But just be mindful that we could just see consolidation. Now, have we got more news today? We are.
One again.
Yeah. So hopefully news. Jobless claims. Okay, so that should be a mover. Hopefully that'll bloody bring it back down. Because if news pushes it back up, oh god. We don't want to be going up there. 2 minutes for the closure. Now, I'm a Newcastle fan, but I'm not actually from Newcastle. I'm known as a monkey hanger. I'm from a lovely posh place called Hartlepool. Very posh, very upper class. That's where I'm from.
Very upper class.
Very, very upper class. You've got to do over 100 mile per hour down certain roads if you don't want your wheel trims nicked on your car. If you're doing 70 or 80 or 90, your wheel trims are gone, even while you're driving. Oh, look at price pushing.
It's been a while since I've been to Hartlepool.
It's a bloody shithole.
It is.
No, to be fair, right, the town, they've put quite a lot of money in the town, so
Yeah.
it's actually, the town itself is nice. It's just, you know what it is with Hartlepool? It's a tough town. With the steelworks and that disappearing, and like people struggle for work and that. So what do? They all turn to crime and things like that just to survive. I was saying this the other day. Like, the majority of people in that town don't want to do crime, but they have to just to survive.
lack of investment.
Yeah.
So lack of opportunities.
I think the full northeast, apart from the likes of Newcastle, maybe in Durham, like especially Teesside, mate. Full Teesside is just like, God, it's tough, like tough life at the minute. Feel sorry for people there, but unreal Palmos. If you ever had a Palmo, if you ever go to the northeast, guys, get yourself a Palmo. Wow, that's the one thing.
I absolutely love a Palmo.
One thing I miss living in Wales is the Palmos. My missus makes me them now and again for a treat. Okay,
I was going to say the piece of piss to make.
yeah. Okay, guys, we've just had a 30-minute closure, right? Now the 30s had no top wick. However, this 30 is pulling back. Can't take an entry here because we're bearish. Now we've had no top wick on either, so if we've had no top wick on either, and the first thing this candle's done, pull back, it's then more likely to flip and drive a bit further. If it opened up first and pushed up, we probably could have took a sell coming back down, because you're going to have to tap 2038 really to carry on, I would imagine, because that's the previous support. But it hasn't. So what I mean is, if price had went like this, let's say this is the 30 candle with no top wick, and then this candle opened up and pushed up first with no bottom wick, the odds of this candle flipping to create a bottom wick are pretty high, and the higher it pushes, the bigger the pullback. Now you've had a breakout, so what tends to happen, the new candle tends to come and tap previous support, and then it'll make a decision whether it's going to flip, and then you'll have a wick to the bottom. So knowing this, if this candle did open up with no bottom wick, we could have just had a sell stop underneath, ready for this 30 to flip, to come back down, take partial move to break even if it wants to go, you're out. But hopefully this would just be a fake out of the 30 coming back into the range. But at the minute we can't do now, because the 30's coming, this 30 could flip and drive now, because both of them have not got a top wick. Now on the rare occasion that if this 30 closes back into the range like that with no top wick, what does that mean, do you think? What does that mean for these two cans? It means literally it ran out of the last drop of fuel and it can't create a top wick because no liquidity. So what that means is price will drop pretty hard. That's what tends to happen. So if this 30 is going to close bearish, I can imagine it dropping pretty hard. Probably definitely back into the range. But if price starts coming back down like that, what are then we aware of? We are aware that these two haven't got a top wick, and price will want to come back to there, even if you want to push back down. So what you'll get is one of the higher time frame candles will pop up, create a top wick for it, and then flip, and that will be the candle or create a top wick. So this is good. If we can start coming back down into these ranges, if we can get back below 2035, we can maybe take sells from there, but also we can have a wing back sells from 2040, because I would imagine price going to come and tap up there. That's if the 30 closes like this. Now here's another little issue what we've got. If the 30 closes like this, bearish, okay, the new 30 could just, oh look, it's flipping, come up and then go, then that ID is gone. The ID is gone now because the 30 is flipped. But if the 30 did close bearish above here, what does that mean? Well, it means we've just had a breakout on the hour. So we'd have to wait really, or take buys up. The thing with buys up, I'm not keen on buys up because of the daily. I'm just not. I mean, where should we should actually tap 2047, so could we buy up to that? 2047. Yeah, look, they all come up to 2047. Is it going to have to tap 2047 to make a decision? So if that's the case, if we get an hour close above and we get a pullback to tap previous support, we could just get a buy stop on the other side to come up. But we've got to have that pullback. Very, very important. We've got to have the pullback. What would that be on the 4? That would make sense with the 4 driving. Be going into the last hour of the 4. Let me just see these ranges. Through. Yeah, all the 4s come up to tap it. Everything comes up. Here's the thing: when you're breaking all-time highs, right? It's all about probability trading. So look at previous data. Every time you break above 2038, what happens? Okay, well, every time I break above 2038 on a certain time frame candle, 100% of the time it taps 2047. Okay, so if you know that 100% of the time you tap 2047, but that's out of 30 times, your odds are pretty good that you're going to do the same, isn't it? But if 100% of the time out of 4 times it taps up there, the odds actually slightly, well, they come down quite a lot, don't they? And this is what you're getting with all-time highs is, yes, you're coming up to 2047, but it's only happened 4 times. 2, 3, 4, 5 actually. 5 times. So 5 times when we got a closure above here on the 4, you came and tapped 2047. That's where you tapped. So if we can get an hour close and then a pullback, tap 2038, what would that be on the 4? Then we'll get a buy stop on to come up. This will literally just be off the hourly, this. Where would take partial move to break even be? This is a minor area here. Okay, if we don't tap 2041, even better for us. There is a minor support here where you might reject from. So if we don't tap 2041, even better. So we can just hover around here. Give us a wick to fill, that'd be better. Because this could just be, could this be a fake out? It could be a fake out, I suppose. But the new hour would have to, because the previous, we don't know whether this 4 hour, this previous 4, remember, look at the previous one, has this close respecting this support? It looks like it has. But I believe this 4 hour, it's not the best of supports. Look, you've got little different ranges here, different levels. So is that really the 4 hour support? But if it was 100% yes, it's close respecting, then we would be expecting like a fake out on the hour, so the next hour should come back into the range, and that would be the 4 hour pulling back. There's a support here, like there's a minor support, which is not the best. So if we saying this is close respecting, technically this should pull back, close doji, and then the new 4 start making its way back down. And if that's going to happen, it's probably going to happen with the next hour, because that's the last hour of the 4, so we'll get something like this. An hour candle like that. No, it wouldn't. It would be something like, you'd only need a candle like that. You'd only need to come back into that range. You got an hour close back into that range. That would be the fake out on the hour, and that would be the 4 hour now closing respecting, which would be fantastic for us, because the new 4 hour should open up, come and tap the highs, and then flip to the downside to come and fill the wick. So that would be a perfect scenario for us. I would prefer sells, because up here is a bit dodgy. So we'll see, guys, because we've already had a 30-minute close. But remember, tapping previous supports, we can't do anything on that 30. Gonna have to wait for this hour. But so if we get an hour break above, what we'll do is we'll wait for a pullback to at least probably say 2038. Actually no, you only need a pullback to 2037, and then we could maybe use the highs. We'll have to see where this hour closes. If the hour closes higher up, then the pullbacks needed could be close. It could just be previous support, because that's technically what we'd go off on, trying to rule out the fake out, getting caught on the fake out. Yeah, okay, that's what we're after, guys. Anybody caught anything this morning? No. Our the trade IDs were on fire yesterday. Have you been taking the trade IDs? There we are. A little bit sexy, yes it has. Oh, look at this hour pulling back now. Now, if this is what we could do, if this hour closes respecting, could we do it? And the new hour pushes up first with no bottom wick. Could we get a sell stop on to come back down? Because he should come and tap 2036. Okay, just stand by for in 19, when this hour closes. It might be a quick call. Okay, so just be ready for it. Should we get the Christmas tunes on? Let's get in the Christmas spirit. Oh no, I can't. Do you know what? My stream yesterday got cut off because of the music I was playing. Yeah, it got cut off. Not online, but it got later on. It got said it was copyright.
Keyboard and do your own music, and then it's
Well, just pull out a keyboard and like start playing the keyboard in front of people and that.
Just one of those funky electronic ones with the demo button that you used to have in school. Do like hi-hat and drums and stuff.
Like what I've got on now. Have you heard what I've got on now?
Yeah.
It's just like non-copyright music.
When you can just, when you get a winning trade or a nice setup, just a nice little funky tune.
We're not in a trade yet, Samuel. We're not in a trade, mate. We are waiting for our setup. We set an ambush and we wait for the enemy to come to us. That's what we do. We wait. I so don't want to break all the highs, you know. I don't think we're going to get this hour close here, guys. Look at this. Look at the 30. Remember I said about the 30? Let's get rid of this pullback area. Now, if the 30, which is the hour, closes back into the area like this, we've had a 30-minute fake out. We still haven't had a top wick on these two candles. So the new 30, I would imagine, can either it happen on this 30 or the next couple of hours. One candle will pop up, create a top wick for these two, and then flip. So, if the hour, so that would be the hour closing. Do you know what? I just want to find these hour zones. These hour zones are just out. Could we not take a wing back from the 30? What is that? What zones are them? So that was a fake out in the hour. So if the hour can close respecting, I don't know if we could take that. I'd imagine the news, that would be a 30-minute fake out. I'd really like the hour to close below here, 2035. If the hour closes below 2035, that would be the 30 closing back below 2035. Then, a number of things. The 30 pulls back. We can either get a sell stop underneath the 30 for the new 30 to, for the new hour to pull back. That would be the 4 flipping to the downside. Is the 4 going to flip back down though? This is what I'm worried of. I don't like how the 4s create a bottom wick already. If it's 4 had a little bottom wick, I'd be in on lower time frames, to be fair, because I know the 4 would need a bottom wick. But we could potentially take a wing back sell from 2040. Or even 2040 level 9, 2040.99. So let's have a look at this. Because you do tend to tap that before coming back down. We haven't quite tapped it, but you can also tap these levels. This level would have been better, 2039, which we obviously tapped. But we couldn't take it because the hours closed respecting and the 4 was bullish. This music's mad. I feel like I'm in a porno or something. Winston. Oi! Come here. Who wants to see Captain Winston, or Mr. Winston he's called? Come here. Come in then. Come here then. Doesn't want to come, guys. Doesn't want to come up. Oi! I've got to be careful of this 2035. If you look at the 30s, yeah, we just need some more candles to print here. Fortunately, that's what trading is, guys. Waiting, 90% waiting, 90% waiting, 10% execution. Ten minutes for a closure. Let's have a quick flick off. So I have been playing about with NAS 100. I've been testing it for the last few months, and you know what? I'm kind of liking it. So I think I am going to start introducing it to the streams. The only issue you've got with NAS 100, move the same as gold. So if it's hitting all-time highs, it's going to hit all-time highs. It's going to be the same issue. So then I need to start looking at another pair. I've got a couple I've been testing. Let me look at that push. Look at that weekly push. Ooh. No bottom wick, no bottom wick. So when you've got loads of no bottom wicks like this, what you'll find is price will drop hard. It'll drop hard. It'll want to come back down, create a bottom wick for all these candles. Even here. So that's probably where your target would be. And then no bottom wick, no bottom wick. These didn't have much of a bottom wick. No bottom wick. Are we going to come tap 2066? Or are we going to tap 2047 before coming back down? It'd be interesting to see where this forward closes as well. I mean, if you wanted to play it really safe, yeah, just wait for this forward close. If you get a close above, you're cleating traffic through. If it closes doji, you know you've got to come back down, break the lows again, so you're coming back down to at least 29. Now, if you want to play it really safe and a bit of a swing trade for you, what you could do, if you think about the daily, daily's got no top wick. It's closed respecting this support here, right? Now it is a minor support. It is a minor support, but I do believe, actually, do you? Because you've already came down to tap 1978. Yeah, I think you would still need to do that. Because whether this daily's gonna, if this daily flips, it's not just going to flip and close doji. It's going to, today it's going to create a steeper bottom wick. Where's that bottom wick going to come to? Well, I can imagine the bottom wick starts coming down to at least 2019, at least today. But it will probably look to come to tap this support here, back down to this level. Because if you think about it, the daily's still in this range. Therefore, you should be coming back down to 2010. So you could just get a sell stop underneath the daily, underneath the low, and then come back down and just cover the daily highs at that point. That's another option, but it's more of a long term. I say long term. It's whether you can be in trades for that long. So the 2 hour actually closed back below here. No, it didn't close respecting. Yeah, tricky, guys. At the minute, sells below 2032 on lower time frame. Worst case, you should be coming down from here, because at that point you're probably going to want to come and break the lows before you do anything. That's the reason. If you break below 2032, you're not just coming down to do this and then 10. You're coming down for a reason. And what's the reason? Well, the money's below you. You're coming down for that. So you know, if you get a close on a lower time frame between 2032, you could probably bring that down to these levels. So that's like worst case if this candle does flip and drive quick. But at the minute, we're trying to work out. We know the daily's creating a top wick, but at what point is it going to turn? That's what we're trying to work out. At what point is it going to turn? And we know it's pushing up, but at what point is it going to turn? But if we see price, what we want to see in and around this area, could we not just take buys up to these levels? That's the thing with scalping. Yeah, you might get your daily trend, your daily bias, but People think I'm crazy sometimes when I catch. I'm only looking for 10 pips. 10 pips a day, that'd do me fine. Obviously we get flyers, but when we're heavily bearish and I'm there taking a buy, it's because I know how candles work. I know you get your pullbacks on your higher time frames. So it's just having the experience, really, knowing how candles work. When you're scalping, you're only after your 10 pips, so you can take either. But yes, you do want to go with the overall daily bias, which is a lot better. So we're just waiting for an hour closure here, guys. This hour's we need an hour closure respecting 2037. What would that be on the 30? That means the 30 would have closed back into the range. So then if we can get a top wick because if this hour, it's the 4 hour I don't like, that's the thing. It's this 4 hour I don't like, because you're heavily bullish on the 4 hours and you've already created a bottom wick. That's the biggest issue, this 4 hour bottom wick. You've already created a bottom wick for this 4 to drive. So is the next hour going to drive? So I think taking wingbacks is pretty difficult on the 30. I think if anything, you're probably going to want some closures back into the lower ranges. Get a 15 close back in the range there. It's going to be interesting how this 1 hour closes. I would prefer an hour close below 2035, really. Because another thing what we can do as well, and this is the thing with trading, right? People say you've got to learn a strategy, have your rules set out and stick to it. I don't believe that. I think you've got to be able to adapt. And you've got to be constantly improving and changing, which sounds crazy, because the market is constantly changing. So you're always changing your buy. So one time I might be think, oh, there's a seller here, and then all of a sudden I might go, actually, there's a buy here. It's because price is changing all the time. So another thing we could do, if you get a break but don't fill this range, and the new hour pulls back first, we could look for a buy stop up, because I do believe if the 30 closes back in, you're still going to have to come back up for this top wick anyway. So even if the 30 closes back in and then the new 30 pushes down, it's got to push down first though with no top wick, taps 2032, we can look for a buy stop on the other side of the 30 for the 30 to flip to come back up, create a top wick. Now it's pretty tricky if you get the 30. I would prefer the 30 closing respecting here, so not breaking back into the range, and then the new 30 pushes down, we take a buy stop. Don't know what that might be on there, because that would be the hour breaking out, and the hour's probably going to want to come and fill the wick. You're going to get a wick fill on the hour. Well, you're going to come to at least 2030 7. This might be a fast trade here, guys, right? It's all on where this 30 closes. We need this 30 close respecting, and then we need the new 30 to push down first, and we can get a buy stop on the side to come back up. Because I do think even if the 30 closes respecting, and even if the next 30 is going to close into this range, you're still going to have a top wick and tap previous support anyway. So this would be our take partial move to break even. But this is only if this 30 closes bang on respecting in 1 minute. So stand by, stand by. Because what would that be? We've got to have that bottom wick, that's the thing. If we pull back first, then it's a no-go. Because you've had an hour breakout now. Well, you haven't filled the range, basically. There's a minor support here, 20. Look at this. What is this? What is this? How we're doing? 40 seconds for a closure. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoy the channel. I hope you grab some value today, and you know, hopefully I can teach you something. It's a new channel. We're just trying to grow. Relentless. Our company's been around a while, but we're going to start building up the YouTube channel. I think this is just me trading my accounts though. This is what I used to do for members. Trade London session. So now we're going to start streaming. So if you do like it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and you get notified of when we go live. We trade most weekdays from 8 AM UK time. Oh, look at this. Oh, what has this done? So the 30's closed back into this range. The thing is though, this range is small. And you've closed 50% in the range, so that means the next 30 can close respecting again. It means you're just wasting another 30 minutes. So you can't really do anything here. Plus, so you've had a 30-minute close back in the range, 30-minute fake out, but then you've had a breakout on the hour. So you've broke out of this range, but you haven't broke above 2037. So it was sort of like this. 2036 level, is that where we've closed? Can't do anything here. Unless, if we push up with no bottom wick on this hour, right? You should come and tap. Don't, 6 pips, not enough that. Because if this 30 comes back up, could we not get a sell stop to come back? They should come and tap 2035 again. Really? Because the hour would probably need a bottom wick. Or does it need a bottom wick because this broke all the lows? Again, it's that 4 hour putting me off. Because the 4 hours broke all the lows and then flipped bullish. Difficult at the minute, guys. Difficult, unfortunately. It's probably nothing I can do at the minute. Probably going to get a wick fill as well. So what does that mean on the 15? Yeah, look. There's the hour coming to tap 2035. So wait now, can we not get a buy back up? Are you going to have to break the highs again? You don't have to break the highs again, but I would imagine you're going to come and tap 2037 again. So if we get a decent pullback without tapping it, can we not get a buy stop to come up? That would be advantage point. Ah, no, we're pushing it. Penalty. This is all we've got at the minute. Oh. I think we're going to have to wait for the 4, guys, which is going to be 10 o'clock. We need to see what this 4 does. So if we get a 4 break above, then we're quite clean traffic up to 2047. So we could just get a buy stop off 2047 after a pullback. And you don't need much of a pullback because this one's already broke the lows for you. But if the 4 comes back and closes doji, you then know you're going to come back down, so then you can take sells. But at the minute, it's like this 4 is killing everything. You broke the highs and you broke the lows. We don't know what it's going to do. We don't know how it's going to close. For the charts are trying to suck us into a trade now. But this 4 at the minute can do absolutely anything. Now if something prints on a lower time frame for us, and yeah, maybe look at any point the two can just flip. Can we not just take a sell back below 2035 if the hour flips? Let's have a look at that. So if we get a 15-minute closure below 2035, where does price go, or would we want that? Let's have a look what price does. So if we get a 15 close below 2035, there's 11 pips. We tap 2033. 15-minute close through. Back through. Fake out. Oh, this is messy. Minute close. You tap 2033, tap 2033, tap 2033. They all tap 2033. So if we got a 15 close below that, are you gonna have to tap 2033 before going anywhere? Oh, this one didn't do it. 3. Oh, that's not enough for us, is it? Or is it? That could work as well, I suppose. 15 close, back up, and then through. Okay, so if every 15 comes to tap 2033, and potentially push to 2032. Sorry, 2034 I'm on about. Could we not just take a sell from there? Every time you get a 15-minute close below 2035, you come and tap 2034 for 10 pips. So let's have a look at the 5 minutes, see if we can get a better entry on the 5. So I just don't like the hour. 5 through, 5 through, 5 through. This is it. If you fill the range like this, though, you can't take. There's not enough there for you to take. 7 pips. I do believe if you get a 5 close straight through, if we don't tap 2034 and we get a 5 close below, we could just take that down to 34. Oh, fake out. One fake out, another one. 15 might be best. These tunes are banging. 15. 15's pushing. How is this 15 gonna close? 30. An hour. Tough at the minute, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for the 4, unfortunately. 90% waiting, guys. I told you this is what Forex is. So the way I trade is, you gotta think of Forex as like a sniper. You get one shot, and if you miss, you make everyone aware that you're shooting, so it makes the next shot 10 times harder. And the reason why it's like that is because our first decision is the clearest decision. Any decision after that is like diluted. It's never as clear as the first trade, and that's what you'll find if you're doing a logbook. Just have a look back over and just see, okay, my first trades, what's my win rate on my first trades compared to my second or third trade, and you'll find that your first trades probably higher than your second and third. It's because your concentration levels and your decision making on that first ever trade is the most clearest trade, and that's the way I look at Forex. That's why I have such a high win rate, because I'll wait for what I want to see. And if it's a bit like this where you're trying to force things to see things, your brain will play tricks on you and you'll see things that are not actually there, and then you just take stupid trades. So we just gotta wait. I mean, we've waited hours for 10 pips, 7 pips sometimes. That's just the way it is.
How do you think you got on last night with the football?
Oh, I was telling Dan earlier, like, it was frustrating because we were proper up for it. But we went from, yes, getting through, to then Europa League, to then nothing. And I can't even go back to and blame. It would have been worse if we won that game, but PSG won. That would have been worse, because I'd be pissed off because of the last decision with the penalty. What wasn't a penalty, because that's what would have caused us. But you are.
That was a shocking decision, that.
Oh, it was disgusting, wasn't it? Absolutely disgusting. But so I can't complain really, because we didn't win. So it was in our own hands, really. But do you know what it is, Martin? It's so hard with the injuries we've got, mate. I know when we say injuries, every team's got injuries, but because you don't know that team, you just think, oh, everyone's got injuries, mate. But literally, we've got like 9 of the first starting players. We've got more injuries than that, but I'm about 9 starting players who were injured. It's just like, it's really kicking us in the teeth.
It's tough, man. Yeah, it is. It's a tough thing to get into. Champions League. It took us a couple of seasons to get there, and it's sad. It really is.
And that's why I don't complain, because it took you a couple of seasons to get in there. We've done it in the second season. Do you know what I mean? It's like, which is, we're massively overachieved, so we can't complain. Do you know what it is? I've really enjoyed it though, Matt. Do you know Wednesday nights?
Oh yeah.
Games on a Wednesday night.
It's good to watch on Wednesday. You think, we're there now.
Yeah, it's been.
It's great. I mean, you start playing teams, you're thinking, oh, we should beat these. Then you underestimate them. You do, you think, how the hell did we lose that?
Yeah.
And it's just different because you play Saturday and Tuesday, or Saturday and Wednesday, or Sunday and Wednesday. And it's just tough.
Yeah.
And then when players start getting into it, you start getting more players in there, better players. That Gimenez is a good player, isn't he?
Oh, mate, he's unreal. Do you know what? I was going to say this to you yesterday. He'd be fantastic for City. Because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he is a bit like I can't pronounce his name. Gundogan,
yeah.
Gundogan, who left. Yeah, he's similar to him, I think. He's unreal player, man. But you can't see the tiredness in the team. I mean, Kieran Trippier, probably one of the most consistent players in the Premier League. Against Everton, he made 3 mistakes. 3. and every mistake cost a goal. But you should have seen the mistakes. You could tell he was just absolutely knackered.
He goes out on his ass, doesn't he?
Yeah, he could not kick a ball. He could not, but he's had no stick at all because he's so consistent and he's done unreal for the club. Like, you're allowed an off day. You can't even have a go at the players. This is the thing. I tell you, I was impressed with last night though. Lewis Miley again. Like, you wouldn't think he was 17-year-old. Centre midfielder.
I only saw the last half an hour.
Oh, he probably, I think. Yeah, I think he came off then. But he made it. Like, if you watch him on the ball, nice, just calm, and you wouldn't think he was a kid. You wouldn't think he was a kid playing Champions League. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing with Newcastle. Everyone supports.
Yeah. And then you got the Mackhams as well, and that sort of thing. Where you're going to go? You're going to go Sunderland, you're going to go Newcastle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just no brainer, isn't it?
Yeah. Guys, if you are taking trades here on this 15 close back end, just be very careful. Because if you look at price in this, yes, it could come back up for a top weight for the 30, but if you look at these ranges here, you can just get closes back in and just fake outs all over the place. So it's not a nice place. I can't take anything unless I get the 4-hour close, really. I need the 4-hour close. But yeah, I think that's what we want to see. Who's going to replace Eddie Howe? Sharif said. To be honest, I don't know. I don't think we should replace him. I think until he has a couple of seasons where he's not improving, then yeah. Because we're currently improving. I think once we start seeing the team not improve anymore, then obviously you look to replace him. But do you know what I'd like? I'd like Mourinho, me. I like Jose Mourinho. I would. He loves Newcastle. He loved Bobby Robson, didn't he?
He always has. He's a sort of manager though that has a player who he doesn't like.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do what I say. You don't like him over there.
Yeah, but I think that's how he gets the best out of players, don't you?
Do you think he's negative crap footballer?
You've got to look at, like, I think you've just got to look at what he's won, and what he's done. He has turned teams into winning teams.
He's a winner without doubt. I just don't like his.
You don't like his character, do you?
Yeah, that's it. Though.
Yeah.
I just don't like that negativity.
Yeah.
I just don't like that. So.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I think you need someone staying in that with the players, because players. I mean, look at Man U, for example. Players think they're gods. You think these young lads on thousands of pounds a week, they're going to start feeling like they're gods, and it's backwards. Players should be absolutely over the moon that the club's offering to pay them, and they should accept anything the club's offering. What, you're going to pay me to play football? Yeah, I'll take anything. I'll take £30 a week. But it's backwards. The power's in the players' hands. They're like, no, I want this, I want that. And this is where yeah.
I mean, you look at what Howe's done with your players, just putting an arm around them, not being the not being surgeon.
Yeah.
Best out of Joe Linton, what a player he played.
Oh, he's unreal, man. He was terrible when he first come out. He was terrible. He got a lot of stick as well. He got a lot of stick, but he's just turned into an unreal player.
He's a workhorse.
Do you know what? I'm going to say it. I think he, if not now, but he's going to be probably one of the best sort of defensive midfield, like ball winners in the Premier League. If you watch him on games, he's just a nightmare to play. I would not like to play against him, because he just, what it is, he's sort of clumsy, but in a good way. Like, he'll always hurt you when he tackles you, and it makes you step off him.
Well, that's Brazilian, isn't it? He's a Brazilian, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, he's Brazilian, yeah.
Defensive 7 minutes, always. They'll tackle you, big smile on the face, and they're like, sorry mate, I didn't mean to do that. You know,
Yeah.
like Fernandinho was exactly the same. He just took some more, didn't need to do that. You'd hardly ever get hooked.
Yeah.
It was just, they're the best at it. The Argentinians are a bit more up front, but the Brazilians are just superb if you get a good Brazilian.
Well, we've got Bruno and Joe Linton in that centre midfield role, both Brazilians.
Yeah, no, I do like them in there. It's just different gravy at that sort of thing.
Yeah, bring Steve Bruce back, Shreve said. Oh, yeah. Bloody hell. The thing is, though, Steve Bruce had the same team Eddie Howe had. And that's the thing. And then when Eddie Howe came in, he changed. We didn't change much of the players at the time. He just massively improved everyone.
I don't think, though, that Bruce was affected by the board with.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was like, to be fair, I don't think... Well, Kevin Keegan said it, didn't he? He said, look, you can't do anything with the board like that. Like, you can't come in as a manager and then all of a sudden you're missing a player that week because he's been sold.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you've got a new face turning up because they've just gone out and bought someone. Like, you can't do that. And that's why Kevin Keegan left, really. He was doing loads of stuff behind his back. So yeah, I do feel for Steve Bruce because I do think he's a nice manager, and he's from the North East. Nice bloke, I mean. Who? Ten Hag. Do you think he'll get sacked? I don't think he'll get sacked, mate.
I don't know. There's talk about it now. There's lots of money out there on the Champions League, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's all about there.
The thing is, though, Martin, they've had how many managers in? They've had like 5 different managers in how many seasons? I don't know, but a short period of time. So, is it the manager, or is it the players?
It's the board. The whole club's got some toxic stuff going on.
Yeah.
I found out what it was that when you were talking yesterday about, you told me to calm down about it.
Oh yeah.
It was all about the rape stuff and that.
Oh really? Yeah, but the thing is, though, this is where it goes wrong, right? The politics of the club. At the end of the day, if you're getting paid 300 grand a week to play football, I expect you to go on that pitch no matter what's going on in the background to play football. And the way Man U were playing, the players, they're just dreadful. Like, it's like they don't want to be on the pitch.
But you don't think, though, that, I mean, they are human beings, aren't they, at the end of the day?
Not if you're on 300 grand a week, you're not. I do not look at you as a human being. If you're on 300 grand a week for kicking a ball, I'm going to give you stick if you can't kick a ball.
Yeah, but you still have relationship problems, aren't you? You still
you leave that in the door.
I think Ali McCoy said it. You go and do your job. It's not even about pride for your club. It's pride for your name and your family name. Like, you think if you were a footballer, every time you were on that pitch, when I used to play football, I'd only be pissed off if I personally played rubbish. Even if we got beat 4-5-0. If I played good, I'd still have a smile on my face at the end of the day. And I think that's where players, I don't know, there's just something going on at Man U, and I think the players need to give their a shit and go, look, we're just workers here. We need to expect. Otherwise, you get sacked. You don't get paid.
Yeah, but can I just say that from their perspective, that's their market value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get paid your market value, and it's just normal for them. Do you know what I mean? It's not something we look at it thinking, oh, 300 grand a week. That's quite a lot of money now. But for them, it's market value.
Yeah.
So they're operating as who they are.
What about Harry Maguire though? What's he on a week? Is that market value?
No, he's got 2 circle of the bar.
He's not a Premiership player, Maya. He's a Championship player. He'd be fantastic in the Championship.
Oh God, yeah. But he played a month though for November.
Oh, I don't. I think honestly, that was a propaganda stunt. And what you notice as well is all these Man U pages on Facebook and that, right? They're all pushing out Harry Maguire played fantastic. Harry Maguire done this. What it is, because the clubs turn on and go, right, let's be honest, he's shit. We know he's shit, However, we're never going to be able to sell him and get our money back unless we keep saying, if we keep saying he's shit. So we need to have a campaign where we bring up his confidence again. Hopefully, we play better. But if not, we'll just put out that he's a fantastic player. He'll win all the awards. Like he's playing fantastic. So then we can sell him at a decent value. I think that's what's going on.
The thing is, though, you look at United, and what they really need is a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
A decent DM. That's what we need. And they've not had one for years.
They don't really play like that, do they? Well, at the minute, I don't know how they're playing, but...
Well, no one knows how they're playing, do they?
No. Half the team are high press, and the other half are sit deep, ready to counter. It's weird.
Yeah, but that's what happens. I think if you got players from like 5 different areas, haven't you? 5 different managers, like you say.
Yeah.
And no one knows. They're both different things, and no one knows what it is they should be doing.
So do you think that's Ten Hag? Sorry guys, I should have said on YouTube. This is Forex and football chat. Sometimes politics, but we try not to go into politics because we don't want to piss people off. But yeah, so welcome to the stream. I'm going to change the name to Live Forex Day Trade in London Session / Football Talk. Oh, we've got 2 Forest fans.
That bounce around the charts.
Yeah, we should do, shouldn't we? We've got 2 Forest fans on YouTube. I like Forest, mate. I hope you stay in the league. Want Ten Hag to stay. I can't see what Ten Hag's doing, me. I don't know what style of football he's playing. That's why I think if anything they should have kept with like any of the previous managers over. I've never rated Ten Hag anyway, me. I think for a manager to come in and can't get his team all playing one way. Rio Ferdinand was saying it the other night. He was like, I don't know what style of football they're playing. Are they high press? Are they sit deep and then counter attack like they used to be? You can't read what the team's doing because they're all doing different stuff.
Yeah, it's not cool. Yeah, I'm like you though. I hope that on the Forest stay.
Yeah,
good club. Though. It's nice seeing them back in.
Yeah, you want Northern teams doing well, I think. Apart from Liverpool.
Oh, it's like a Northern team, man, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's got to be better than London, hasn't it?
Yeah. But in a way, well, I'm not happy, but I think we sort of need to be out of the Europa and out of the Champions League, Newcastle, just because we need to regroup, realign, recock and re-engage because we are struggling. Players need a break. And hopefully we can... You are?
Either you or Juventus.
I hope we get Phillips, mate.
He's a good player.
He is a good player. It's a shame he obviously just sat on the bench for City. But at least Pep came out and said, look, because he come out, didn't he? He said he's a nice guy. I'd like to play him, but he just doesn't fit into my system.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Well, I like Pep holding his hands up and saying, do you know what I mean? Being honest about it.
Yeah.
Rather than starting about politically and saying some guff that's like, he's not this, he's not that.
Yeah.
He's not dissed the point, he's not destroyed it.
Yeah. He is a good player. He'd suit. He would fit in our team as well. To be honest with you, he would. Him and Rice. I think Rice is a fantastic. If I could sign any player, it'd be Rice. I think he's an unreal player.
Well, Rice is tall, athletic, he's fast, he's a big guy.
He's old-fashioned. Just get the job done.
No, I like him. Arsenal's a long way.
You'd never stop singing Tiger Feet, would you?
Yeah, Tiger feet.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, the advert. Oh, you would. You'd have the fridge stocked up as well, Muller Rice, wouldn't you? Muller. Forest on Boxing Day, Nate. Yeah. We'll see. Tomorrow, you're probably getting a good time to play, really. He might do all right. Don't know. I think that. You are.
No one's pulling up trees. I think Liverpool were scraping home with one goal. Sometimes it's a stuffy one. We've been drawing. Arsenal lost the last game.
Yeah.
It's open on with no
It's a
one-
weird
no one-
season, don't you think?
Yeah.
It is a weird season. Like I actually prefer seasons like this because you just don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on.
We'll have first game in 5, and we're 4 points behind top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the season. You know?
Yeah. I tell you what is happening. What I said was going to happen. When Everton got that points deduction, I said they are going to be hard to beat. They're going to be hard to beat because they've got nothing to lose. They're just going to go for it. They're going to play with no pressure whatsoever. And look at them. I mean, they smashed us. They're playing unreal.
John Price is a great manager for that.
He is a good manager.
He's going to be saying to them all, don't like you, no one likes you, dissing you. And he'll be getting them up there. And you can see the fire in the play.
Yeah.
They've not played like that. The fiery, let's have it for a long time, have they?
Yep. Ugh. Easy 3 points. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know whether it'll be easy, but he might win. I'm a realist, me. When I say that. Bruno would not go to Liverpool. Yeah, Bruno wouldn't leave Newcastle. He loves it up there. Absolutely loves it.
Is that the pubs, or is it? Do you mind?
You are?
Give me a list. Do you like the pubs up there, does it? Was that was
That was Tonali, that. So, did you hear what happened with Tonali when he signed?
Yeah.
Asking for a nice restaurant, and the lads booked him a Wetherspoons.
Nice Italian restaurant.
Yeah. He loved it though, didn't he? He said it was good. He said it was a nice restaurant. Imagine the local alcoholic in the corner.
You can't say, yeah, it's a shithole. And,
Yeah.
And it's got a bandit.
He's got a bandit. He's there on the bandit playing. Class.
And nobody picked up that he had a problem.
Yeah. Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, I think AC Milan knew me, do you?
I think so.
Because why was he so... Because we've got a good deal from, really. So, why was that deal so good? I think they knew what was coming.
Most of the Italian clubs were probably involved in it.
Yeah, true.
A gambling ring.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Juventus have lost loads of money, haven't they? So they're looking to sell loads of their stars, recoup some of their money.
Yeah.
That's probably been lost in the gambling ring. So... And AC Milan are just a mafia, aren't they?
Yeah, they are like...
Italian football is just riddled with it, innit? Corruption.
Oh.
Really is.
Yeah.
It's just that sort of place. Mafia and all that kind of cake. That's what they do.
Rough as well, innit? Like, I wouldn't go to like an away game, especially with my kids.
Oh no, you couldn't.
I wouldn't go to away games over there.
Or Serbia, apparently.
Serbia?
The City fans who got hammered by people in balaclavas and with clubs in their hand.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Like MK Ultra style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Russia. There's another one.
East Europe,
Yeah.
man. Just
Well,
brutal.
that's it, isn't it?
You'd be safe in Qatar, wouldn't you? But you wouldn't get out of drink.
It's all up and coming, Qatar, isn't it? Saudi and that, like...
Let's go for a pint. Ooh, what is it? Orange juice. Okay. Not my sort of...
Supposedly there is places where you can drink, but
I was going
they're
to say,
just out
yeah,
the
there
way.
is, but you can't drink with your shirt off on the street like we would up here in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Dunking people in the fountain and stuff like that. Well, that's
Alright.
Scouse, isn't it?
Punching horses.
Knocking horses out with a miss.
While I'm claiming benefits
Yeah.
for not being able to walk properly. Hey.
Look, the price has not moved, guys. Look. 30 minutes closed like that. That's why it's key. 4 hours key. Because if the 4 hour closes respecting 2036, then we are probably looking to come back down at that point. So it's all on this. It's all on this 4 hour. We don't know what this 4 hour. This area here is a bit skew with, because you've got like a zone here. You've got to tie 2 zones close to each other. Too close. So the 4 is either going to close respecting this or close respecting that, right? Or break out, obviously. But where's it going to close? If it closes in the middle, again, that's not good. Because what that means is, what you get is, if price closes like in the middle, so if we get this, I'll try and copy this 4. So that's what we're seeing now. And then you've got a wick. Let me zoom in so you can see. So you've got a wick from here. I knew that had happened. You've got a wick from here to all the way down. Okay. So that's the 4. Now if this 4 closes like that and doesn't fill the next range, what does that mean then? Well, that means that you still got to come and fill, because you're still in this range. So it means you still got to come and fill the top of the range. But then what that means is, if it doesn't fill the range on this 4, it means it could take another 4, pull back, do all this top and bottom wick, but then this 4 just close like that. And then you've had to wait another 4 hours to see what's happening. So that's why I don't like it when the 4, we really need the 4 to either fill this range or close respecting here or close respecting here. If it closes in the middle, you're gonna have to wait another 4 hours to get a breakout, because you sat in this range just doing nothing, and we can't trade this range here. This is a no trade at the minute. Unless more candles print and on the lower time frame it gives us something perfect, but at the minute we don't know what direction. Yes, we're heavily bullish, but we're in an area where we can reject from because previous data is telling us. So we've just got to wait. We've just got to wait. I think next week will be a bit more clear, to be honest with you. Come on. Because what's the weekly like? Because if the weekly breaks above again, closes above, you're then pushing all-time highs, aren't you? You're going to be pushing through to at least 2070 for the next week. But if the weekly can pull back and close doji, yeah, or flip bearish and come and fill this rate, perfect for the week after. Because then we could just start trickling up here. I hate when it trickles. So we'll see, guys. We will see. Alright, Nick, get a room. He's taking the England job. Eddie Howe. Do you know what? I think he'd be good for England, Eddie Howe. Let's be honest, we're not good. I think he would, me. I think he'd be really good for the England job, but
he'd be good for it, but he's not taking it, is he?
No, he won't take it, but I can't see. I mean, I can't see he's winning anything with Gareth Southgate. Let's be honest. We won't win anything with him.
Southgate's too negative, isn't he?
He's. I've never ever rated him. I think he's crap.
I think it's hit or miss, and he's clearly got his favourites who are always starting, whether they get game time or not.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's been mentioned, you know, like Gordon getting overlooked.
Yeah.
There's Ward Prowse.
Harry Maguire scoring own goals, playing shit, and still playing the next game.
He always seems to do well for England, though, doesn't he?
Well,
that's the strange thing. He's not amazing, but he's not. He's not Club Maguire when he's playing for.
The last few games, though, for England, he hasn't been that good at all, really. There was 2 games where I watched. One of them, I think he scored. I think it was Scotland. He was terrible. No, that was the one when he come on. He come on as a sub and scored an own goal.
The last few England games, I don't think have been very, very good anyway.
There was one game he was terrible. His passes were shocking, right? Just giving the ball away so easy. And I said, no way. Because at that point I was like, why is he even getting picked when he's not playing for his club? He's not getting the game for his club. And I went, after that performance, that's confirmation that he shouldn't be in the England squad. Next game, he was starting again.
Yeah.
And I was just like baffled at how is he starting? How is he starting? The thing is, you can't be nice. I think you've got to be brutal as like the England manager. You've got to, if you're not playing to standard, mate, you're getting dropped.
Yeah.
I think with the unlucky play, I don't watch 9 minutes. It's just bobbins, isn't it? But his long pass is quite good. Short passing, quiet. It's awful.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You can't look up, see where the next pass is, receive the ball, pass it.
Yeah.
But a long pass he can do.
He's just clumsy as out as well, though, isn't he? I remember when he played absolutely terrible thing. I can't remember what game it was. He played terrible, but we won 1-0, and he scored the winner with a header. And then there was posts after saying, "Oh, all the haters can go and shove it, and all the doubters, when Harry Maguire's saving the day." And I'm like, hang on a minute. I would rather a defender who can defend and not score a goal than a defender who can't defend and grab you a goal now and again. Do you know what I mean? I want him to defend, not score goals. And
it's not score goals, is it?
no, and this is where it's like, it's just all backwards for me. It's just all backwards. I think with Gareth Southgate, we won't win anything, but we have a team now. England should be winning everything. This is our best opportunity. Not just because we're good, mainly because the other teams are not that good.
Well, look at the players we've got. We've got some absolutely superb players. Great on the ball.
Yeah.
Both going forward and defending. We've got both sides of the ball. We've got some great players. We're just not playing great football.
Yeah.
Don't know what they're told. Do not know what the tactic is for it. Don't give the ball like I think possible.
Yeah. I think Gareth, he holds them back, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't let them like Foden. And I would just say, Foden, get on, do what you want. Go and express yourself. The likes of Foden, unreal player. Like he will create stuff. He makes things happen. And that's all I'd be saying to him. But for some reason, England look like they're just getting held back.
You see, sometimes when England are playing, they don't play to a certain player. And the players make you get in some great positions.
Yeah.
Thinking, what's been told? What are they saying to these players about what the tactic is that they're not seeing Y or Z? Making a run all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's bizarre, mate. Really bizarre.
It is like. What do I want to say? I want to say 4 clause below that. These 4 hours. Should we flick the Dean on? Let's flick the Dean. I'm not really meant to show you this.
Let's see, I should not caught you yet.
No. I put it on the other day, I didn't tell her though. Well, this is our Dean indicator, guys. It's a fantastic tool. Like, it's been on fire lately. There's only, like, I went through a phase in my trading journey where I was sick of relying on anything or anyone, because he was just always getting let down, man. Signals and things like that. And then, so that's when I really knuckled down trading, and the best thing I ever done. But then Vic built the Dean, and the Dean is probably the only thing I take trades off other than my own. It's fantastic.
I think that's a smart way to look at it, though. It's like you say, you're not relying on anything. You can do it yourself.
Yeah.
But there are things out there that can make things a lot easier. But
The
if you already know, perfect.
Yeah, there is, but there's that much shit in the industry, right? I like to think I'm nowhere near where I want to be at the minute with trading, right? I've been trading for about 5 years now, right? I haven't scratched the surface. You think 5 years is long, right? And top traders would be thinking 5 years is fuck all, and I do agree with them. I know it's fuck all, but in them 5 years, I've tried every fast track thing to speed up the process. I've bought signals, I've bought indicators, I've used bots, I've tried everything. And what happens to them eventually? They just don't work over time. However, I say that the only thing. So then I just sort of knuckled down myself. Thought, you know what, I'm not relying on anybody or anything again. And I had that attitude. I was quite, and I think that made me my trading just massively improved, and that's how I started becoming profitable and trading profitable, long term, consistently profitable. But then obviously Vic built this Dean indicator, and I was still like, do you know what, I'm not looking at it. I don't even want to look at it. Because I have a brain a bit like a spoon. It just, if I see it once, it sticks in. Anyway, I did look at it. I did look at it in the end, right? And honestly, I thought she was a witch. I do still think she's a witch. Probably the most intelligent person I've ever met. What she's created is unreal. So I do take trades off the Dean. It's the only thing I take trades off. The Dean and my own trade, and that is it. And it's really good. This 4 is doing nothing. I mean, we're pulling back down now. You might be able to hear my dog snoring. This is nice. This is nice, this. Can anyone hear me dog snoring?
Yeah.
Do not get a French bulldog. All they do, snore, fart. So gassy. Winston, Mr. Winston. He is a character though. He's a character. 30 minutes for a close, you guys. This is good. This is what we want to see, right? So, let's plan now. If the forward closes doji like this, what are we thinking with the next 4 hour? We're thinking we're probably going to come down. However, if we're going to come down, what do you think the candle's going to do first? Top wick, yeah? So this will probably open up, push up, top wick. I don't know how steep the top wick could be. Don't know, because we've already broke the highs. When you've already broke the highs, that then is a sign of, okay, price can push down now. You've got to break the highs in order to push down. Same as if you want to push up, you've got to break the lows before coming back up. So you've already broke the highs, so that's a sign we could just come straight back down. But it's whether this forward gives us a top wick and then comes back down. I do feel that this forward is going to have to create a bottom wick, even if you want to drive through on the next 4. So I do believe you're probably going to have to come and tap at least 2032, even if the 4 is going to push up. So, knowing that, can we not just sell from here, take partial move to break even 2032, hoping that this is just the push back down for the 4 hour. Oh, excuse me. Take partial move to break even, and we're pushing to break the lows, a bit like these 4s. Okay. So, is that what we're going to get? If so, how can we get in? Well, let's have a look at the lower time frames. So, if the hour closes back below this, could we not just take... See, this hour range is a bit off, isn't it? Let me have a look. Yeah, I don't like that hour range, because this is quite a strong area here as well. Got wicks to the area as well. So if we get an hour close back below here, and we get a top wick, could we not just take a sell stop underneath to come down to tap? That's an option. So 10 minutes. I just want to make sure this hour range is right. $20.32, where did that come? Ten and 10. That's if we don't come and fill the range now. Yeah, look, everything comes down to 20.32, so it might be a case we might not need a top wick because we've broke the highs. So could we just market execution? Yeah, that's all got to come and tap 20.32. Thing is though, is this the tap of 20.32? Okay. Because that means we would have had a forward closing doji. Forward closing doji, still respecting this area. Still respecting this area on the 4. If this 4 closes like this, you've had an hour fake out back into the range. If we can close below there, even better. But if we can get a top wick, we get a sell stop underneath. You should be coming to tap 20.32. On the 4 anyway. You broke the highs, it should be enough to come back down. Or are we getting this? Take partial move to break in would have to be here though. You might not need to take partial. You do tend to come and tap here, so for safety reasons, might have a setup here, guys. Okay. Okay, so that's what I'll probably be after. Top wick. Sell stop underneath the low. Oh, it's not quite. I'll be going to risk free though. Be a bit aggressive with it, but you should be coming down to 4. So, and then, but we need a top wick. This is a thing. We need a top wick tapping at least previous, and I'd probably go off the low as well. Now, if this 4, if the new 4 can open up and push up first, perfect. We'll just get a sell stop underneath the 4. But at the minute, I'd probably come off the low of the hour. So, stand by. We've got 7 minutes left. So we're going to be looking something like. Now, if you push past these levels, right, you're going to be breaking all the highs anyway. So. I'm happy for me stops there. And what is that? 80, not too bad. Not too bad. But we've got to get that closure back below though. We might not even get that closure. You've got 6 minutes. The hour's pulling back. Because what's the 4? Because that means the 4 was closing bullish. And you haven't filled the range. Okay. So just get ready. Get ready. This might be a fast one though. Now, target, it's actually pretty good, you know, because the target would actually be down in 2010. Because remember, this is the daily flip. So if you can catch it here and you avoid the top wick to get stopped out at break even, yeah, and you come and fill the range, the daily is going to flip and should drive back down. So target would be 2010. So 6 minutes left. But we've got to get a top wick. And we've got to break below. If we don't break below, guys, you've basically closed an S play, and that means the next hour can just power through. Just thinking, could we take that? Because if the 4 closes above, you've closed, you never top wick, don't you? Would you imagine the 4 is still going to break the lows though? So it's all on this hour close, this 4 as well. Because if the hour closes bearish but closes respective, you've technically got a nest play. So a nest play is where you get a breakout on the hour, which we've had. Breakout. And then you get a bearish close, but you don't close back into the range. And then the new candle will push through. And this whole move is what we call a nest play. So if we do get a bearish close on the hour, we've got a nest play to come back up. So that means the 4 would be closing bullish, but you haven't filled this minor range at 2038, so it's not ideal for us. You'd probably have to wait again. I wouldn't even take the buys, because I wouldn't take a buy unless you've got a forward break above 2037. Where's this 4 closing here? It's having our life today, guys. Having our life. I don't think that hour's going to close. There's 3 minutes left. Could do. Are we going to get a fake out? Are we going to get a fake out? Remember what I said with we could just consolidate. Now news is today at 1:30. So that's going to push price, but where's that going to push? You've got nice range above and you've got nice range below, so wherever you push, it's going to be some volume. Yeah. Oh, where's it? What's this for? This 4's pushing here. Guys, I can't see. This is not going to close below, right? So this is not going to be on. So, but this 4. If we can get a 4, if we can get a 4 break above, where should we be coming? 1:30. When we get a bottom wick, we potentially get buy stops on the other side, but we've got to have a bottom wick, and I want a bottom wick coming to tap probably 2033. What do I need? 2033. Yeah, 2033. If this 4 can break above, pull back. We only need a pullback. 1 minute. Let's see. If this closed respecting, guys, I'm probably going to call it. Probably going to call it because you filled the range. Yes, you've closed respecting, but are you going to then spend 2 hours price pushing up first and you getting ready for a sell to come back down? Do you know what I mean? You're gonna be waiting, or I'd be waiting. So we'll see. Come on, break out. "19 seconds. Here we go. Good morning, Mr. Hankin. How are you doing? Yes, I know. Villa are playing some really nice football. Really nice football. Morning, Vic. Bloody hell. This is early for you too, isn't it? Okay, guys. So the 4 hours closed. What does that look like on the hour? Doji. But bullish doji. Now, you technically haven't even filled the range. Still haven't filled the range. So what that means is the next hour could close small bullish. Because the range is here. So this hour could mess about, not break the lows, push up, and then still close bullish. Like that. Can't really grab now here. Nah, we can't do anything really, guys. We'd need a 4 break above. Buys above 2037 and sells below 2032. That's probably the only thing I'm after. Yeah, and you could probably take an hour off both, really. So an hour close below 2032. An hour break above 2037, as long as the 4's still the right way. But I can't take anything here, guys, unfortunately. So I'm probably gonna call it a stream. Is there any questions before I shoot off?
Nah, good.
No, okay. So guys, if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, you get notified when we trade. I'll be back on tomorrow, Friday tomorrow, isn't it? Back on tomorrow from 8 o'clock. Hopefully you can grab some pips today. I'll still be on the chart today, mainly, so keep an eye out for the members with the trade ideas. But there's just now going on at the minute for me. You're gonna have to wait at least another hour, at least, and that's gonna take us to 11 o'clock, and I like to be done for 11. But if you are watching on YouTube and you like what we see, hit the link in the description, join our free Discord, and you can get loads of information on us from there. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you for joining the stream. Good chatting football with you. Unfortunately, we haven't grabbed any pips, but hopefully we'll grab some tomorrow. All right, guys. So have a good day. I'll catch you all later.
Cheers, mate.
Hey, man.
See you later, guys.